What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Eddy Live Show, episode number 184. Jason Weeks, a.k.a. Jason Styles. What's up, brother?
Hey, yeah, man. Good to see you.
Finally, I got to meet you at the WOTD, man. Yeah. It was awesome, and the fact that you watched the show, that's awesome. I appreciate that,
as
bro.
I told you that day, right? I've been a big fan of your show.
Thanks,
your
man.
restaurant, right?
Thanks,
I've been
bro.
here a few times, man, and I'm so stoked to do this today, right?
Well, you were saying that you like the spice, right? So
I do.
Usually we start with the buffalo and kind of like mellow stuff, and then the last couple are rough. But we started a little bit spicier today, so that should be fun. Yeah,
that's the buffalo and the red one, right?
It's not, man. The buffalo is not on here, so we're starting at a little bit spicier
right. You're
for
saying
you.
you're not starting at buffalo.
So we're starting at a little bit spicier. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit closer. Okay, cool. I can adjust that. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I like a good challenge. You know,
yeah, brother. So, well, before we start, you got to tell me how. I mean, you told me you're half Taiwanese. I didn't know that. Yeah. So how did you get here? Your journey to come from Canada to Taiwan.
Well, I was born here.
You're born here.
Taiwan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, my mom's Taiwanese. I was born in Hsinchu, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, down just a little south, and so I guess the question would be more like, how did my dad get here? You know. So,
yeah. Well, tell me about that.
He's the Canadian guy that came here back in the '80s.
Okay.
Right? And,
You did.
So I was born here, but
okay.
I was kind of just all over the place growing up. You know, I was here sometimes, I was there sometimes.
You spent time in Canada.
Yeah. You know, I went to university in Australia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I was really, I kind of just had this unstable, like upbringing. You know, just never really settled in one place. So
how's that? How's that for you?
I never really liked it, to be honest.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, growing up, I always just kind of wanted to really be settled in one place. That was kind of just the dream.
You got to change friends like all the time, I guess, or
but you know, due to my family circumstances and whatnot, you know, I was just sort of all over the place. And like you said, I always had to change friends. You know, and I would not see them for extended periods of time. So, so 9 years ago, 2014, I decided I'm going to move to Taipei. You know, I think there's some good things there for me. I found a job, and I just decided to stay. So I initially didn't think I was going to be here for so long. You know? I just figured maybe I'll be here a couple years. I wasn't sure I was going to like it that much, but man, I just fell in love with the city.
With Taipei.
Yeah. 9 years later, you know, here we are.
I love it.
You know, I got into MMA here, right? You know, with UFC gym guys, right? And you know,
I love those guys.
You recently interviewed Michael William.
Michael,
right?
he's a gem, man. I love that guy.
One of my coaches, right?
Yeah.
You know, I absolutely adore the guy.
Yeah.
You know, I train with Mario Chambry.
Yeah.
You know,
know him as well.
Rafael Miranda.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure.
We have a coach named Eddy.
Okay.
Also.
Yes, I've had him actually before. Yeah, the
You've had Eddy before.
Muay Thai coach. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I guess I missed that episode.
Yeah. No, I got Eddy on there. He's good. He's
that's
from,
cool.
Yeah. Definitely.
Oh, I got to go back and
from
watch
El
that.
Salvador, right? I believe.
Right.
Yeah, I think
How long
Eddy,
ago was that?
I don't know, man. It's a bit of a blur when it goes past. Yeah, it's been, like I said earlier, it's been 84 weeks in a row, which is good. Yeah. But no, it was a good one. It was a really. I'll send you a link. Yeah.
So you started during COVID or before?
No, we started. It's been over 3 years now, so it's been. I don't know. My math is really bad, but 183 weeks ago.
183 weeks.
You got good math?
Out to, about 3.5 years.
There you go. Something like that. Yeah.
3.5 years. So, right before COVID.
Before COVID, yeah.
2019, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
And then we just kept going through COVID. I was doing kind of remote ones, which was good, but it's not as fun when you can get in person and stuff.
Sure, yeah.
Get some food and get some drinks and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of food, let's grab the first wing, bro.
Sure, man.
So we'll start from this side, and we're gonna start off with a ghost one. Yeah.
Ghost pepper.
A little ghost from Empress Hot Sauces.
All right.
Yeah. So we'll start off with that. So
what'd you call it? Empress Hot Sauce.
Empress. It's a brand. It's a brand here. Empress Hot Sauces. Yeah.
All right. Well, I've never heard of it, but it sounds scary.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good stuff, man. So go drum or wing, whatever you want to do, bro.
All right. So we just each grab one.
Yeah. Each grab one, whatever you want to do, bro.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Brother. So you go and let me talk for a sec here. So you were born here. And you got it. How long ago was it when you got into MMA? It's been a while.
Yeah, I started in 2017.
Okay. I don't even know what year it is now.
Yeah.
2023. Okay. I don't even know the year. Yeah, it's a blur.
2023. Yeah, it's been about 5.5 years.
Okay, and
since I started.
How did you start? Did you go directly MMA, or did you do jiu-jitsu first, or stand up first?
Man, so Let me tell you a little, just right before that.
Please do.
I used to be, I've been a teacher for a long time, English teacher here in Taipei. Sure. I teach mostly adults and business English and whatnot.
Excellent.
And, in my 20s, I was out of shape.
Dude, you look 20 still, so yeah.
No, I'm 35.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Thank you, though.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm getting a little up there for a fighter, but when I was in my 20s, I was not a fighter. I was not even an athlete. I was unfit, out of shape. I used to smoke.
Oh wow. Okay.
I used to party.
Okay.
Party hard. I was a party guy.
Okay.
Then in 2017, just one random day, I just stumbled upon the UFC gym.
Okay.
And they were just opening up here in Taipei.
I remember that.
And I was sort of an UFC fan, going back then. I would just watch it, but I never even thought about it. It never even occurred to me to train.
To try. Yeah.
So.
Okay.
And I remember walking in there. They had this showroom set up. The gym wasn't even open yet. They just had the showroom. And they had the Brazilian coaches there. Not the guys that you've met because they're no longer here, right?
Okay.
The ones that they had initially, but it just piqued my interest. I
course,
thought,
yeah.
Man, this looks kind of fun, know, and I knew I needed to get in shape. I was turning 30 then.
Gotcha. Okay.
And then I got into it, and I just became obsessed.
Yeah.
Absolutely obsessed.
That's beautiful.
I started with jiu-jitsu in the beginning.
Okay.
And for anyone who is interested in martial arts, but they feel intimidated by it.
Okay.
I think jiu-jitsu is a good place to start.
It's a good entry.
It's a very good entry point. It's not as fast paced, especially if you're a beginner.
Yeah.
Right? And especially if you train the gi.
Okay.
Because the gi, with all the friction, it kind of slows you down.
Okay.
It gives you more time to think. And,
Gotcha.
You're not because in no gi, you're just with a rash guard on, and you're just all over the place, right?
Yeah.
It gets into wrestling territory, right?
Yeah, it makes sense. But
with the gi, there's a lot of guard playing, you pull guard, butterfly guard, spider guard, and you can kind of take your time with it.
Okay.
So I think it's a really good entry point for someone who feels like they may not be as athletic, or agile.
Yeah.
And that's what I was. That's the place I was at. Just 5 years ago.
It's crazy because I can't picture that. Yeah, you're fighting live and stuff, which is
right.
Huge. Yeah, that's
I never
huge.
imagined I would become an MMA fighter.
Yeah.
I just started jiu-jitsu at first. So I was like, okay, I like this. And then in 2018, I got into my first tournament.
Okay.
And,
a BJJ tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I actually. In the finals, I went up against Trey.
Oh, wow.
Who you
Trey's
were,
a tank,
who you were on the commentary team.
That's right.
With,
we'll hear his voice in a sec here. Yeah.
During the fight, and I was so happy to know that you guys were going to commentate together.
Yeah, bro, I appreciate it.
And, and Trey whipped my ass in
that
match. Oh man, he's good.
I bet he is. Yeah.
And we were in the finals, so we're going for the gold.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And this is just I'm nothing major league, but it's, and just for white belts, we're both white belts at the time. And I went up against him, but man, he's a tank. This guy's a tank.
Yeah.
And I was still, scrawny.
He's like rugby and he's been, for sure.
Yeah. I knew he had some kind of background,
athletic,
right?
Yeah.
And he just whipped my ass. And then I remember the following year, I think it was probably 2019. Yeah, a year after that. So I was now two years into jiu-jitsu.
Nice.
And I signed up for another tournament, and I go. Sorry. Before we go, they emailed the brackets to all the competitors.
Sure.
And I see Trey's name again on
shit. I want to fight this guy again.
Yeah, I got to what if I go up against him in the finals again? But assuming I get to the finals, right?
Yeah.
And then I did. I got into the finals. And there I was against
with
him.
Trey.
Yeah, with Trey. And he whipped my ass again.
Oh, man. Trey. You got to take it easy.
Forever my nemesis,
Oh, man. Trey.
And then, every time I run into him, I'm like, I'm going to get you one day, Trey.
Oh, that's so funny, man.
But in a friendly way, right?
Of course.
We're good friends.
Yeah.
I know he's a teacher at Taipei American School, right?
He is a teacher at Taipei American School. He also has like a jiu-jitsu program and stuff there.
Yeah.
And he's a good guy. He's been a customer for a long time, and he actually lives really close by.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes to catch the fights and stuff when he can. Mm-hmm. I just had a daughter, so it's tougher for him to get out and do more things now. But he comes and watches fights and stuff. And it's great. I like watching fights with him because there's many different kinds of UFC fans, right? And Trey's kind of like the one who's quiet, but not like super quiet. And he's like he's talking, but it's kind of like educated talking. Like he knows, okay, oh, he's got the whizzer in there. He's got to do this, got to do that. Oh, he's he's got that little. He's turning his hand over with the hooks or whatever, right? Like he's got little insights that, the average person doesn't know, right? Like, so I did some jiu-jitsu here, which helped, and it's good. I enjoy jiu-jitsu a lot. The problem is the jiu-jitsu in this area is in the nighttime, and that's when we're super busy here, or that's when my daughter has time to do stuff. So I take her to jiu-jitsu, and we spend time together, right? Because Taiwanese school. Yeah. There's lots of homework.
Yeah.
And, she does like 8 to 4. She's 11, and then like 2 hours of homework. So that's like 6 already. So like 6 to, 9 on a weekday that I'm hanging out with my daughter, right? So that's usually when classes are. I would like to get into something in the morning, but it's tough. It's tough. Yeah.
You're saying you go there with her?
Yeah, I take. So she goes to. So there are 2 jiu-jitsu gyms here. One is Fairs Academy, right? Anton Fairs, right?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so he does adults and kids. So we used to go there together on a Thursday. And then there's another kids one run by Matt Bateman, right?
Yeah.
So Matt, he does only kids, and it's also in this area. So she goes there. But the difference for her was, like, her best friend goes to Matt's. And some of her friends that she knows go to Antoine's, but her best jiu-jitsu rolling buddy, they go to Matt's. So they love it. It's like them hanging out, them rolling. They grew up kind of together, and then they kind of not fell out, but the parents, we just kind of fell apart, and then we not fell apart, drifted apart, but then drifted back together with the jiu-jitsu, and they're close. So she loves going there, and Matt's, he's a real big softy with the kids. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
She loves
I've seen him. I've seen him work with kids.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's got a natural knack at that.
He's great, man. I love him, and we started there with no gi, which was cool.
Yeah.
Because I was hoping it would be more no gi, but Taiwanese parents, they want to have that. They want to see like the belt system and all that. So they switched over, which is good too. Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
That's cool. How long has she been doing that?
She stopped for a couple months during COVID when they had to close, and then there was the masks and all. So, but she's doing it for about maybe a year and a half, maybe
all right.
2 years.
She likes it?
Yeah, she likes it. Yeah, she's white belt still, got a couple stripes. She's getting close to the gray belt, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's good. Yeah, she likes it a lot.
That's good.
And I think it's good for her being a girl as well, and she's pretty young still, so it's good, like, for her to be comfortable in those positions, because we actually have I have a buddy who's got an older daughter who's a couple years older, but she's like way bigger and like more developed, like a teenager almost.
Yeah. And
so my daughter invited her, and then she went, and then she's kind of at that awkward stage where it's like, okay, get in the guard, and then everyone's like, ugh. So it's like, okay, I got my daughter into jiu-jitsu before she, everything gets awkward, right? So it's been pretty good, man. It's been pretty good.
Right. That's
like,
good,
she hasn't competed yet, but this time she said she actually wants to maybe go try the next tournament. I said, okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So I'm trying not to be that dad that's like pushing, but it's it's tough because I coached soccer my whole life, right?
Yeah.
And there are parents that, they support you, but there's always one dad or 2 dads that are just like, they think they know more than the coach.
Yeah.
And so I try not to be that guy, but once in a while, it's just like, something. I'll say something, and then Matt looks over. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sorry, dude. I'm trying not to be that dad, because but it is what it is. Yeah.
Well, that's natural though, man.
Yeah.
It's
you
natural.
want your kid to be like,
it's a dad. It's a dad.
You know
instinct.
how to do it.
It's a dad instinct.
Yeah. But it is what it is, bro. How was that wing? A little bit spicy,
good,
not
man.
too bad. Yeah,
it's good. I like it.
So theirs is I think their spiciest one is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I love it. Yeah.
What would you rank this on a level of like
spice wise?
Yeah. Personally, what do you think?
Personally, I would say maybe 7.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
I would give it that.
7,
I would give
7?
it that too.
Yeah. 7.
I was thinking around the 7 range.
Yeah.
I took a bite. I was like, oh, not bad.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. I think that's their spiciest, so it's good. Yeah.
Hell of a way to start.
It's a hell of a way to. Usually, it's one of the last couple. So by the time you get there, you've already built up that tolerance, but we just went right into that. So.
Yeah. It's funny because we're 2 Canadians sitting here eating spicy wings.
It's crazy, right?
Because most Canadians don't dig that.
No,
right?
no. So my family's Mexican, right?
Right.
So I was born in Canada, in BC, with Mexican parents, and so at home we just eat Mexican all day.
Exactly. Yeah.
But no, definitely Canadian food is definitely. I mean, first when people ask me, I don't really know what Canadian food is. There's this poutine, right? There's poutine and
corn.
And
potatoes,
like
the staple food, right?
Yeah.
But that's really like Caucasian, like Canadian food, right? But for someone like us, you got a Mexican background, I got half Taiwanese background. We get into the spicier,
for
palates,
sure,
right?
for sure, yeah.
But mostly, my white friends, like back in Alberta, man, that's corn, potato. You go to their house, right? Mashed potatoes. That's very Canadian.
Yeah, it is. Okay, mashed potatoes. Yeah, I like it. I love mashed potatoes.
It's just as American too, I would say. But then again, they're all pretty similar.
It's
Canadian
similar,
American food.
Yeah, agree.
But
there's a guy in Kaohsiung who does like pastrami sandwiches and stuff. Yaletown Bistro. He does the Nanaimo bars and stuff. Like, that's really good stuff.
Okay.
It's nice. So I think he'll be popping up at Crafted this Friday. I believe it's this Friday. He's got good food. Good food, yeah. But aside from like some of those things, I don't know that much about, poutine and maple syrup. I mean, like, what's the main? I don't know.
There's a lot, man. Canadian food,
well, Tim Hortons, obviously, but
I would put turkey up there.
Okay,
I think turkey is just as Canadian as it is American.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, even though it's not like people are not eating this all the time.
Sure.
But but you can make the same argument as like other food from other cultures, right?
Yep.
Let's say like Mexican. Let's say tacos, right? But Mexicans aren't eating tacos on a daily basis. Right?
Yeah, Mexicans have. I mean, there's a lot of, especially Mexico is huge, right? So like every area has their own different sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's tough when you open a Mexican restaurant like out here, because everyone has a different idea of Mexican.
Yeah.
And then like you'll have like Mexicans who want this really, really traditional niche dish that nobody knows about. And I've been doing it for 15 years, right? So we've put stuff like that on the menu, but nobody knows what it is, and it doesn't sell. Right. So then it's crazy. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Sometimes it's hard to get people to try.
Yeah.
Like unknown territory.
It's true. People, tacos and burritos and stuff. It's pretty common.
They just want what's familiar.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So that's what people, and then you get people that say, "Oh, it's Tex-Mex," and I'm like, it's what I try to call it like popular Mex. You know what I mean? Like stuff that people know. Yeah. I mean, we do eat it in Mexico, and we cook it the same way we cook back home. But yeah, it's tough to put like different dishes on there that nobody knows.
Yeah.
Like we've done it that before, and then you end up like giving it away because it's you have to get rid of it, or you eat it, or you throw it away, right? So it's tough. It's tough. Yeah.
Man, stuff like this, back in Canada.
This is just because I miss this. That's why we have this.
My friends would just avoid this.
No, I mean, like 1, 2, 3, 4 are not even on the menu. So, yeah.
What do you mean not even on the menu?
Like we have obviously like maybe 10 different wing sauces. Yeah. But when it gets to like the super hot territory, that's not really even. You can ask for it, but it's not on the menu because when people like spicy and they say, "Oh, I eat spicy," and then they order the hottest thing.
Yeah.
We try to tell them not to. Some insist, and then they're just like, they get 6, and I'm like, "You only need 3," and they're like, "No, I want 6," and then they have like half of one.
That's hilarious.
And they're just like, I'm like, "Do you want to wrap that up?" And they're like,
"Dude,
no.
Can I tell you a story about this?
Do it, please.
Back in where I grew up in Lethbridge, Alberta.
Lethbridge,
right?
Alberta.
Yeah, you never been
minus 40 winters, right? Out there, yeah. My sister was in Medicine Hat for a while. I went to visit. Yeah,
it's nearby, right?
Okay.
Yeah, Medicine Hat's nice. Yeah, but yeah, I went to this like British pub. I remember, I think it was 2010. I was just at the tail end of finishing college.
Yeah,
and we went to this British pub in Lethbridge, Alberta, and it was called the Duke of Wellington. Right? It had, like,
That's a great name.
Yeah, just like a very British name, right?
There's a lot of Brits in that area, apparently, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah, Dutch too.
Yeah.
And so anyway, they were famous for having this like wings night, right?
Yeah.
A lot of bars.
In Canada, I love that.
That's
that was a game
thing.
On Wednesday. We do half price wings. Yeah,
see,
because of that. Yeah.
You were just talking about like when people ask you what Canadian food is and you don't know what
there
to
you
tell
go.
them,
There
right?
you go. Yeah,
Wings,
half price wing night, baby.
Yeah, half price, 50-cent wings,
10-cent wings or whatever.
Yeah.
When I was in college, it was 10-cent wings, and I remember being broke and going in with like $10 and getting 100 and just kind of like, And then they're like, "Do you want a beer?" And you're like, "No, because I don't have any money. I don't have any money." So,
broke college students.
Broke college days. Yeah.
No, I was like that too.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I went to this place with my buddies, right? And we're playing pool, and they were famous for having 99 different flavors.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Of wings.
Yeah.
Literally, they would hand you a menu. with number 1 all the way to 99.
Okay, wow.
All sorts of, like, just wild shit.
Yeah.
Right?
That's awesome.
You know, and they would have, like, you know, honey lemon or, you know, honey mustard, whatever.
Yeah.
Sriracha.
Not all spicy, but just everything. Barbecue and honey garlic and all the other stuff.
Right, exactly. So I remember once I was there and I was like, oh, should I try today? And I look at number 99, right? I was like, I just jumped right at 99. And it said
of course, you would think that right away.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I was curious.
Yeah.
It was called Suicide.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of this? Right.
No, but usually a wing place will have like one like death wing or suicide wing or something. Yeah, and it's always a similar name. Yeah.
So the waitress comes by, right? I was like, what is this? You know?
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, don't order that.
Just don't get that.
Yeah. Just like you telling your customers, right?
Yeah.
She just like shook her head. Like, just don't get that. And I was like, oh, I'm getting that, right?
And you're like, well,
the more you tell me not to get it, the more I'm getting it.
That's
right?
what we do. That's what we do.
My whole life is just me defying the odds, right?
Pretty much every guy, I think. Right?
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah.
No, okay.
But
now I'm going.
But you know, none of my white friends would go for it, right?
Really?
You know, the waitress is like, don't go for it. I'm like, why? She's like, oh, it's really spicy. You know, like you're not gonna feel well, right? Okay. And my friends are all like, don't, man, that's crazy.
What are you doing? What are you
know?
doing?
Right? And then I was just like, no, I'm getting that. She's like, all right, well, it's, I warned you, you know.
Yeah, of course,
it just trails off, right?
Okay, yeah.
10 minutes later, it brings back this basket of wings. And right before I even ate it, I remember just sniffing it, and I just started tearing up. I was like, oh,
don't touch your eyes.
What?
Yeah.
No, don't worry. I only use one hand.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, I always eat wings one hand.
That's good. That's good because sometimes people are like, and then I'm like, oh shit.
I learned that. I learned that lesson a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's why I only use one hand.
And wash hands twice before you pee.
But anyways, I was like tearing up just smelling this suicide basket wings, right? And
definitely.
So I started, just started chewing on it, and just halfway, I wasn't even done with the first wing. I was just dying. Gee, what is this? Like my just burning sensation,
Those ones are just made for pain, basically.
They're just pain. Like it's not food anymore.
Yeah, exactly. It's
not
like
even
blowtorching your tongue and then swallowing that.
Yeah.
And then
And I asked, like, and the waitress comes by, I was like, what did they put in this?
In there?
And she's like, I have no idea. Just you have to talk to the chef, right?
Okay.
But it's in the back, right?
Yeah.
And I started number 2, number 3, right? And then
you kept going.
I kept going.
Okay.
I had a basket, dozen. I had 12.
Okay, yeah. And you're like,
I was determined to finish.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I got through 6.
Okay.
And I gave up.
Wow.
Yeah, I got half of it done. Right?
Okay.
And I was just dying, like drenched in sweat.
Yeah.
And it's winter. It's minus 30 out.
Yeah.
My friends are playing pool. They're laughing at me. Yeah, they were laughing at me like, dude, you're dying over there.
That's awesome.
And then I didn't, my friend drove me to the bar that night because we had a designated driver, right?
Sure.
So I asked my designated
days,
driver friend, because, we don't drink and drive, right? So I asked him, I was like, dude, you got to take me home. He's like, what are you talking about? We just got here.
Yeah, he's like, no way.
And I was like, I was like, dude, I don't live that far.
Yeah.
Just do me a favor, man. I'll return you next time, right? Just give me a drive home, right?
Yeah. I'm either going to puke or I'm going to shit my pants. One or the other. Yeah, that's crazy.
And he was nice, man. He took me home that night and holy shit.
That's rough.
It was a bad night. I had a bad night.
Oh, I bet.
And then that's when I touched my eye.
That's
with
when that one?
Yeah.
Ooh,
so I washed my hands after.
Yeah.
I didn't finish the wings, but I washed my hand. And I got home. I even took a shower. I showered. And I was just sweating in the shower. It went home with me. Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
That illness.
No, your body is just kind of like, what did you put in me?
Right.
Yeah.
The immune system response. Right.
Yeah.
So after I showered, I remember I went to take off my contact because I wear contacts, right?
Yeah.
And I did my one eye, right? Just the left eye, and just like instant burning sensation, right?
Instant regret.
Just like, oh Jesus, what is this? Like, what is happening?
Okay.
So I didn't even touch my other eye. It's just one eye, right? I was like, so I had to use like a tweezer try to get my other contact out.
Okay.
I went to bed. Diarrhea the next day. Didn't go to school,
for sure.
And I was just dead, man. I was
That's
gone.
crazy.
Yeah, and I was sick for 2 days.
Yeah.
2 days. 2 days I didn't go to school. Just diarrhea for 2 days. I couldn't really move.
Nice.
It was bad.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And I learned my lesson. And the funny thing, a few years later, I went back to visit,
Yep.
because I was gone for a while.
Yep.
And I went back and I was like, I want to challenge that again.
Oh,
I went back to the bar
That's
and the
what we
bar was
do.
gone. It turned into a laundromat or whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ah, that's
and I was
tough.
like,
That's
damn,
tough.
man, I want to give it one more go, because my tolerance went up during those years,
well, you've been training, right?
I had been training,
sure.
and I went up. I was like, I got to finish all 12. I don't care if I'm sick, I got to finish it.
I got nothing to do for 2 days.
Yeah, but the bar went under, and
That's
never
a
had
bummer,
chance.
yeah,
That
yeah.
was the number one of all time, hands down, spiciest object.
Okay, yeah.
Not even food.
Well, let's see if we can get close. So,
sorry,
let's grab the next one, brother. Let's grab the next one.
The red one.
So this
here?
one is Korean. This is our only fusion one.
Okay.
So this one, we make this. I always tell the same story, but we made this. Yeah, it's pretty good. But we make it spicier than I think than usual.
Yeah.
But it's good stuff, bro. I don't know.
No, this is tame in comparison.
Yeah.
To that first one.
It's hard to.
But it's good though.
It's weird because a hot sauce almost has like a life of its own. You let it sit, and sometimes it'll just get really hot, and sometimes it'll just mellow, and sometimes it just goes up and down. It's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird, bro. Yeah. So your WOTD, man, that obviously wasn't your first fight. You've done a few fights. I was checking out the Tapology, right?
Yeah.
I actually linked that in the description if you want to check out Jason's Tapology. Which is really cool. And I also put your Instagram in there if they want to follow you. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could always use some more followers.
Yeah, for sure, brother. Yeah.
Why not?
So basically, the WOTD. Let's keep going on that. You were doing the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and then you thought, okay, let's go into a tournament. You had to fight Trey a couple times, and then when did you decide to go from BJJ to let's go full MMA or let's add striking? What was that process like?
So I always trained striking alongside Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
But Jiu-Jitsu was my main focus.
Okay.
But when I first started Jiu-Jitsu, I was already doing Muay Thai on the side. And I was training with Eddy, right? Eddy Lindo at the time. He was my Muay Thai coach. Still is from time to time. I still go to his classes from time to time. So I always did Muay Thai on the side, but I always knew grappling was more of my focus because I'm just not as like agile. I'm a bigger guy. I fight at light heavyweight, and I just felt like maybe Muay Thai is more of like it's more of a thing for guys who are agile, and so I just never really focused on that as much.
Okay.
But then I remember in 2019.
Get in there, brother. We got milk. We got horchata. We got beer. Whatever you want, bro.
So 29, I think, or late 2018.
Yeah.
Mario, who was the head coach at our gym.
Yep.
He came up to me and he said like, "Yo, I'm thinking about like starting up this like morning training at every morning at 11 a.m.
Okay.
And training guys who want to fight.
Okay.
To become MMA fighters." And I think he came up to me. I hopefully because he saw the potential in me.
Yeah, of course.
He never said it explicitly, but he thought like, "Oh, I think it'd be good to have you on a group, right?" Because, I always believe just as important as it is to have a good coach, it's just as important to have a great team to work with.
For sure.
You got to have good like sparring partners, right? Whether it's grappling or striking or whatever.
Sure.
The people you train with are so important, right? You want to make sure you don't hurt each other.
Of course, yeah.
Sometimes that happens, right? But
you hear about the bad training partners in the UFC.
Right.
This guy who just messes people up or whatever. You don't want that.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt people on purpose, right?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
Certainly not because of your sense of like ego or anything.
Sure.
Sometimes people get hurt because of ego.
Yeah.
Like they get put in like a knee bar and they just don't want to tap.
That
like
happened
that guy
recently,
yesterday.
last week, or was it yesterday? 2 days ago?
Yeah.
He was done.
Yeah.
And like his knee was toast, and he just is like, I'm not tapping.
That's ego.
His knee is toast.
Man, like having healthy knees is so much more important than winning a fight.
For sure.
Like you got your whole life ahead of you.
That life is
right?
like that fight is what 15 to 25 minutes.
Yeah.
And then your life is your life.
Right. You lose. Man, you lose one fight. So what? Like you still got more fights ahead of you.
Yeah.
Right? What you want to continue on with a torn ACL? Like
for the
it's
rest of
not
your
worth
life?
it. Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's crazy.
Not just as a fighter, but as a person.
Well, when I used to play soccer, when I used to come out here and play, I would also go out into like the men's league games and stuff. And it was fun. It was pretty competitive. It was good. But it was pretty rough too, right? Like I was coaching, and I was teaching, and I was working, always doing so many different things at the same time. And a lot of the guys, maybe they're not as busy or whatever, but they just slide tackle you and they hack you up and stuff. So there'd be lots of times where I'd go to school like the next day, just like legs are trashed.
Yeah.
In my 20s and like all beat up and stuff, and it's like, you know, and then eventually I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna go play anymore, because if I break my leg, I'm screwed. You know, like the restaurant's screwed, or everything's, my life is screwed for I don't know how many months it takes to heal up.
You have so many things on the line.
So many things, yeah. So it's tough. It's a similar thing, right? Yeah.
For sure. Are we moving too slow here?
No, let's go. You want to go to the next one?
Yeah. Here,
right.
You take the top one.
So the next one, so this one is actually the last dab on the hot ones. So this should be hot. Yeah. This is one of their last ones. Yeah. So let's go.
What do you mean one of the last ones?
Do you know the wing show, the hot ones or whatever?
Oh yeah.
So this is one of the last. This is the last one, I think.
Oh really? So this
the one
is
where
the
they
same
put that little dab on there.
Oh
yeah,
really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
I
had it sitting in my fridge for a while. I haven't. Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. Before I take a bite, I want to ask you, what would you rank this on a scale of 1 to 10?
I haven't had this one in a long time, bro.
So right now,
right now, it hasn't kicked in yet. So
okay, all right, let's give it a try.
It tastes mustardy. While I drool here, it's like it doesn't taste that spicy. We'll see. I think it's building up. Yeah, I haven't had it in a long time, because a lot of people, they're like, hey, take it easy on the spice. All right. Not trying to kill anybody.
I'm not sure if it's tame or if it just hasn't kicked in yet.
Maybe it's been sitting for a while, like I was saying earlier. Sometimes that happens, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about fight prep. So do you have like a fight camp and stuff like that? And how often are you training? You're doing a full-time type deal? What does a fight camp look like for you?
11 a.m. every morning with Mario.
Mario's a beast, yeah.
Yeah, he just won a fight.
Did he win that? I didn't get to see it. Yeah, I was going to watch it, and I was checking out the live stream, and then I got busy, and then didn't get a chance to see it.
That's spicy.
It's coming up now,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, it takes time.
It takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah.
When I first bit into it, I was like
what happened?
Nothing, you know?
Yeah.
And now it's like, it's coming to get you. Whoa.
That's what happens, yeah.
I like it. Yeah, Mario just won his fight on Saturday.
Yeah.
We were down in Kaohsiung
Did you
together.
go? Oh,
yeah,
shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I helped him a lot with the training leading up to the fight.
Yeah.
You know, because he helps me a ton, right?
Yeah.
For my fight camp.
Yeah.
And wow.
It's getting there, right? Just don't touch your eyes and you're good to go.
No, don't worry. I never make that mistake again. Not ever since 2010.
Yeah, don't ever do that, man. Yeah.
So we were in Kaohsiung on Saturday, and he just eviscerated. What's the word? I'm trying to find a big word for it.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
demolished.
I wanted to see, because he trains a lot of people, and he seems to be really good, but I've never actually got to see him fight.
Yeah. I'm gonna have a little milk here.
The milk and the horchata. The horchata's pretty good, man.
Yeah, I've had this before. It's been a while, horchata, but not here. I've had it at the other Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. There's a couple. Yeah, that got spicy.
That's not a straw, right? Yeah.
No, it's not. That's the first. You're the first person, I think, to not sip it.
They all sip it, right? Yeah.
180 something people will grab that and try to straw it. Yeah. There you go, bro.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
That is delicious.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
The horchata, right? It's
horchata, yeah.
Horchata. That's delicious. Wow.
It's good for the spice too. It's like a traditional Mexican sweet drink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's fantastic.
It's funny when we started doing it 15 years ago, everybody's like they hated it, and then now it's like last couple years it's become a good seller. I don't know. Taiwanese don't like cinnamon usually. I guess I don't know.
That is amazing.
I hear that a lot. Yeah.
So. Mario's opponent got carried out on a stretcher.
Oh,
yeah. Low kick, just constant low kick to his thigh, and he just his coach threw in the towel.
Oh wow! Oof.
Yeah. You can see in the video if you watch it.
Yeah, well, I'll try to get that replay on there.
Yeah.
To see that. Yeah.
Oh man.
There we go. Halfway, baby.
That recoil.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The aftertaste. Jesus. Well, that's a good one. Whew. Not quite suicide yet, but it's it's almost getting there.
Getting there. Okay, good. Well, we'll see what the other two.
I like it. So Mario won his fight. Anyway, so what does the normal fight camp look like? Every morning, 11 a.m. We train grappling some days, we train striking some days, pad work some days, and we spar.
So this is like a separate team training type deal with Mario. The thing you were saying earlier.
It's a selected group of guys in our gym.
Gotcha.
Right. So it's kind of like invitation only. So just even if you're a gym member, it doesn't mean you're invited.
You can just go. Yeah.
But we're pretty open to people who really want to train.
Serious, right?
Even if they don't want to compete. There's a lot of guys I train with that don't compete. And that's cool, right?
Well, that's another level, right? Like a mentality, like mindset.
And the thing is, like, I have some training partners that are just as good as I am, or if not better, and they never compete. And they're just relatively unknown. Like, people don't know how good they are, just because they never compete.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I got a good friend named Tony Lee.
Okay.
One of my good sparring partners, and he's a dad. He's got a kid now, married, and full-time job. He's not gonna. He doesn't want to compete, right? He's not interested. He
doesn't want to walk out with a broken leg and then have to call in sick to for a month
he's got to travel for work. He flies around, and and I totally respect that, right? But he's a great training partner.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Not just him. Like, I have many other guys. My friend King, we call him King Peng. We trained together.
Yeah.
He also fought at WOTD last time.
Oh, really?
He also won his fight.
Oh,
he got the submission of the night.
Okay. I think I know what it is.
Yeah. If you look at the WOTD page, you'll see that they gave him the submission of the night. He choked out his opponent from.
Oh, I think I know what it is. Yeah. I remember that.
I was in his corner too with that fight. Me and Mario, and but these great training sparring partners that I have, and we have a fantastic team, man.
That's awesome, man. And it's crazy that because it's in Taiwan, you wouldn't expect it to be such a high level, right?
One of the best. One of the best teams, man. And it's relatively unknown. Like, just like Michael. Michael is relatively unknown. You mentioned that before, right?
Sad. It's actually sad for me too, because like I knew him from winning that no-gi tournament, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I knew he was a coach, and it's funny because most of the guys were huge.
In that
tournament, right? And it was open weight, no gi, and then everyone's like, keep an eye on Rafael and this other guy, Michael. And then I look at them, and Michael is smaller, right?
Yeah.
And then he's just kind of like, he's got this smile, and he's just smooth or whatever, and he just was amazing. He was amazing. It was crazy. Yeah. So I knew him from that. Yeah.
And I was rooting for him, of course, but I was also a little worried in the final.
Because that other guy's massive, that Danimal guy.
Yeah, he went up against Dan, right?
Yeah,
Danimal, and Danimal is a multi-stripe black belt. He's been, coaching for a long time. I think in Kaohsiung.
I think it's Kaohsiung. Yeah.
And very legit grappler.
And he's
really
massive, right?
And he's a big guy. He's my height.
Is he your height?
We're the same height. Yeah, about the same body size, same build, and but the guy is the beast. And And I was a little worried. I was like, oh, man, Michael's got to go up against this guy. You know?
Yeah.
And it was a long. If you remember, it was long. It went on more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was long. Yeah.
And
I remember Michael's smile most of the time, just kind of like very.
Oh man,
that guy's a killer.
So confident.
He's so calm. Yeah.
And he got him with that heel hook. I think it was.
I think so. I don't remember.
They just pulled it out of nowhere, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like a magic trick, and I couldn't believe it. I was like, man,
unbelievable.
Yeah. And. I think I remember you saying on a separate episode of the podcast, either with Kai Wu or I forgot who, but you mentioned that you wish they would do more tournaments like that.
I totally do, man. Yeah.
I've been pushing for a while at our gym to do tournaments like that.
I mean, UFC is the big thing, right?
We have the space.
Yeah.
We have the cage. We have the mats.
Yeah.
We have and we could sell tickets and promote the gym.
Is there a reason that you get that they say no? Is there? I mean,
they haven't
liability.
They never actually said no.
Okay.
The first time I pushed for it was in early 2021.
Okay.
So just a few months after the Dynasty did theirs, right?
That was so much fun.
It was so much fun, and they did the tag team grappling, right?
When people told me about the tag team, I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then when we watched it, it was so much fun. It was like BJJ with a little bit of WWE on the side, dragging people into the corner, Steven dragging someone into the corner, and it was awesome. It was great.
Yeah.
Drag him into the corner and then tag his next guy in. I was like, this is amazing.
Like pro wrestling style.
Pro wrestling,
yeah,
beautiful.
I love it. And it was so fun to watch.
It was amazing, yeah.
So, and just a few months later, in early 2021, I was pushing for that. And I even talked to the owner of the gym, Hank Wu, right, and said, like, dude,
never met him, but I've heard of him many times.
Yeah, he's big in the game. He's not a fighter, but he's deep in the whole MMA community.
Beautiful, yeah.
But so he never said no, but he said, like, this is not as simple as it, it's not as easy as it looks, right? You got to have medical professionals. You got to have like all sorts of work being done, and I think we got close to doing it in 2021, and then the COVID hit, right? And then we all went into the lockdown for a few months, and I imagine a lot of gyms, including ours, probably like lost money,
Everyone, I think, lost money.
Everyone lost money.
We had to. I mean, we've got this big place, and we had to do to go only. We've got this big place where we show fights, and we have live music and karaoke night, and you can't use anything. Yeah, and it's all to go.
Yeah. So when we came back from the lockdown a few months later, I think the interest was just gone.
I'm just adjusting.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No,
sure,
you're good. You're good.
So I think the interest was already gone by then. They were just focusing on like getting more members to the gym, and so a lot of marketing and promotion and was just they just weren't focused on that anymore.
Gotcha.
And it's a shame. I feel like I got close to getting it happen at UFC Gym, because it would be just as badass as Dynasty.
It was a shame. It's a shame because it took a while to kind of get everything back to normal, and it's nice that like WOTD is awesome. And then, like, there's a couple of other things, like the kickboxing thing or whatever it was down south. Like, I didn't even know about it until it might have been you that shared, hey, Mario's fighting it here. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Where? I want to go watch.
Muay Plus fight. Yeah,
I didn't even know about that, right? Yeah. And I like to think I kind of know what's going on in the scene, so I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. One of the weaknesses is marketing, right? Like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So that's
I think that's the weakness with a lot of things in Taiwan is marketing.
Yeah.
Not just martial arts.
No, everything.
And like from
restaurants. Restaurants have awful marketing.
Shitty marketing.
Man. Yeah.
Movies.
Yeah, a lot of stuff has really crap marketing.
Yeah.
And it's like,
it's a big problem in Taiwan.
With the restaurant, we have okay marketing here, I think, and I only have to from 0 to 10, you read some books on marketing, some Facebook ads stuff, and you turn it up from 0 to like 3 in Taiwan, and it's like better than 80% of the marketing of the other restaurants, and you're like, it's crazy.
Dude, just a simple fact that you, as a restaurant owner, is doing podcasting, and I know that takes time to build up the viewers and all, right? Yeah. And the fact that for example, you have these UFC Sunday morning, live events, right? We could come to the restaurant and watch it, which I've never done, but I would love to.
Anytime.
If I didn't have to work,
Yeah.
And just the fact that you're doing these, I think they're seemingly simple things, right?
Yeah.
Of course, it still takes work, but that is so much better than not doing much, right?
Yeah, no, we do that. We do a lot of the live music and stuff. We make with the Facebook events, and we try to do everything. We've got like a VIP club where you join the VIP club and you get on an email list and you get the events and all that stuff. And that's all stuff that we had to learn because I had to learn because there's times when when you're new and your restaurant or your business is just empty, and you're just like, okay, give up or figure it out, right? That's the only two options.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to figure it out. And when I go back and I see a lot of my friends and stuff that have restaurants and just other people, and they ask, and then I tell them, well, you got to learn Facebook ads. You got to learn, how to build the mailing list and stuff like that. And you got to, bring some value. You can't just spam people with your, your specials or whatever.
Yeah.
And people are just like, oh, wow, no, I can't do that or whatever. So it's actually not that hard to do, especially in Taiwan. What I usually do is I love going back to Canada because Canada and the States are similar where the marketing is pretty good, right? And then you just kind of see what these guys are doing. Oh, 10-cent wing nights and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, I can bring that here. We used to do an all-you-can-eat on Thursday. And it just didn't go as well as we thought because half the people would come and do all-you-can-eat tacos, and the other half would come for regular menu, and then it would just bog the kitchen down, right? So it didn't work that. If everybody was doing all-you-can-eat, then no problem. And if nobody was doing it, then no problem. But it was 50-50. It's tough.
I see.
So we had all the other days of the week, like the Taco Tuesday and the Wings Wednesday and stuff like that. It's going really well. The Margarita Mondays going really well. But Thursday didn't work. So we're like, okay, that didn't work, so we'll switch it up. And the last time we went back home, we went to, I can't remember what franchise it was, but they do a Kids Eat Free Day, right? And so my wife's like, well, what about the Kids Eat Free Day? And so we sat down, we figured it out, and we have a kids menu. And so, yeah, kids eat free on Thursday, right? And this is like a really family area with a lot of kids.
Yeah.
So that day, Thursday is packed. Now, Thursday is sometimes better than Friday.
So it works, right?
It worked, yeah. So you just got to kind of like keep going.
Yeah,
it's
brilliant.
Pick your day, fix that day. Okay.
Yeah.
I started the podcast on a Wednesday because it was the slowest day of the week. And then we had to move it because it became one of the busiest days of the week. So we're like, okay,
really?
move it to Tuesday. Yeah. So yeah, it's cool. You just have to keep trying, man. I think.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have to look. I mean, I remember there was this. There's a really popular French bakery not too far from here, and then there was another one that opened like maybe a few years later, and it was real quality, very good, everything good. French owner, nice, baguettes or whatever. Always empty. So I went in there once because as a business guy, I feel bad sometimes. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go spend some money there, say hi or whatever. So I went in, and then I got it. And, when I walked in, I just saw, the owner at the table just kind of slumped over like. And I'm like,
that's not a good sign.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, it's not a good
and
sign.
He's like, oh, no business, no customers. And then the worst thing is people will just find excuses. Oh, Tianmu. Oh, it's Tianmu.
Yeah.
Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Oh, Tianmu's got huge spending power.
Tianmu's great, man.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's got families. It's got the huge spending power. But they know if you're giving them, shit stuff, they won't get it. So
that's the thing.
You got to learn.
Yeah. I think if you're in Tianmu, you got to market it more to the local Tianmu people.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
we're all almost like
because
like
it
90%.
is a little isolated.
For sure it is. Yeah.
But there are a lot of people here locally.
Like here, Tianmu. Every second car is a Benz and then a BMW, and like there's Maseratis and Ferraris all day, and it's crazy.
Yeah, you can't have Teslas, an excuse, right?
So you can't say that they're not spending. So it's you just find an excuse. Like when we were in Danshui at our first restaurant, at the end of the month, it would slow down.
Yeah,
and then we'd be like, oh, why is it so slow? So we'd go around, and we'd say, yeah, let's do more water, yeah, please. And we would say, we'd go around, and then when it's slow, I would jump on the scooter and just zip around. I'm like, okay, everybody's slow. And then that, in your brain, it makes you feel a little bit better because not just you suck, everyone sucks, right? So then you go out, and you talk to other people that have been there for a long time, and they're like, oh, WOTD. And I'm like, WOTD? What the hell's that? And they're just like, oh, WOTD. Because everyone gets paid at the beginning of the month. There's no money at the end of the month, so it's normal that you have no business. So I was like, okay, that's weird. And then I remember getting to like a December, and it was like the beginning of December, dead. And then I'd go around, oh, everybody's dead. And I'm going around, I'm like, it's not Yuedi, what's going on? Oh, Niandi. I'm like, Niandi, what? There's so many Ds of being, damn it. So it was crazy. But when we came here, I mean, the spending power is very different, so we don't have that problem.
So it picked up more here.
Yeah, way more. Like it's night and day. Yeah,
that's
for sure.
Interesting.
Wow. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Well,
it depends on your
area. I think
area,
it's also the fact that there's a bigger foreigner community in Tianmu,
for sure,
compared to Danshui, right?
When
Mexican food,
for sure. Like when we, like for example, all the expats leave for the summer, we can feel a dip. Lately, not the last couple of years, not so much. Because we have lots of Taiwanese customers too, so it's good. It just takes a while to build up. Yeah. What do you think? Keep going?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's do it. Okay, so this is the first time I have a buddy who, when he goes back to the States, he brings me like hot sauces and stuff. So we just cracked this bottle open. So this is again on that show.
All right.
It's called Taco Vibes Only. So he's like, I have to get you that. I'm
it's
like, okay.
It's also on the what's it called, the hot stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Show.
Yeah, exactly. And then the last one is ours. So let's grab one of the. You want to go drum or wing?
I'll do the wing.
Okay.
Do the wing, yeah.
Get that. I'll take
you.
that extra protein in there. Yeah. So yeah, brother. I have no idea. I haven't even tried this one yet. Let's get that.
Man, that number 3 was hot.
It was rough, right? Yeah.
Again, that was like an 8.5.
Yeah, on the Richter scale. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, sure. Thank you. I actually, that one hasn't kicked in. I think it tastes mellow compared to the other one. But while we're eating that, let's look at your fight. You want to look at your fight?
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? What'd you think? Well, let's go through it right now. So let me...
Oh, I've watched it like 5 times already.
Well, let's go through it there. Boom, check it out. I'll put a little bit of volume in there.
Thank you.
There's Trey. Trey's super excited. Yeah?
Yeah.
There you go. So we'll check that. He was so stoked to... when you went up, he's just like... Basically like... Give me the floor. I'll take this one. Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah.
Who, Trey?
Trey, yeah, he was so happy that when you were up.
No, nice.
Goes to Jason Weeks, who is Canadian.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Dude.
Jason's got a good background in BJJ.
Trey, if you're listening to this, I'm going to get you one day.
Trey, there you are, bro. Yeah.
Stand up for the past 6 years, so
And that's Mario in the back, right?
Yeah.
Well, we can commentate through this as well if we want, yeah?
That's right.
That was such a great event, man. And I've been pushing camping the guys, I'm like, gotta get the English.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'll do it. I'll do it for free. And then they're like, okay, well, let's talk to the guy. And the guy said, no, well, we'll set it up. And I said, I'll get a team of people. And if I have to pay them from my restaurant profit, I'll pay them.
Yeah.
Like, I want to do it. And like, not only will I do it for free, I'll lose money to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'll pay people to do it. And then he talked to the boss, and the boss said, okay, well, let's just set him up with our gear. Let's do it. And it worked out pretty good, I think.
Any chance of you setting up a taco stand there? Right. I know you've
what?
done that
We
before.
did that before, right?
Yeah, at the RFC or, years ago,
The
right?
huge one. I mean, I have to talk to them. They don't really... It's such a weird I don't know. We could totally try. I'd love to do that.
I think it would work.
I think it would work. It's
Yeah.
just...
I mean, there's no food there.
There's no... Is it because they're not supposed to eat? But I mean, people are eating the biendangs and stuff like that, right?
You can bring food
You can
from
bring
the
food,
outside.
right?
Yeah.
I wonder, yeah.
I'm always eating after my fight. I'm just sitting
Okay.
there, watch fights, and
Yeah.
I'm eating some.
There's the fight, bro. So maybe talk us through it a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I want to shout out to Manto, for the sponsoring me with that rash
Beautiful.
guard.
That's a beauty, man.
Even though I technically borrowed it from Mario. But
Okay.
Yeah. But that's a beautiful rash guard that they, that I borrowed from Mario.
It is. Shout out to Manto,
It's-
yeah.
Yeah, from Manto, yeah. I know the owners, right?
Yeah.
Simon and Jacob.
yeah?
Yeah, 2 Polish guys here in Taiwan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they started their own company, Manto.
Beautiful.
So yeah, this
So
guy.
what was your strategy with this guy?
See right here,
Yeah.
I wanted to be against the cage.
You want it to be.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I think a lot of guys don't know. And
Okay.
and I remember you guys
I
saying
know. We kept saying the guillotine, right?
you guys were
yeah.
saying I was going for the guillotine, but no, I never wanted to do the guillotine.
Okay.
One of my favorite takedowns, especially against shorter guys,
Okay.
is a headlock, straight like body weight on top of him,
Okay.
and just get him to the ground. It's
Okay.
so effective.
Okay.
Oh, and here
The next shot, yeah.
the accidental low blow, yeah. I feel ashamed.
Nah, dude, it is what it is.
I know
you
it happens. It happens.
Dude, it happens in UFC. Like,
Yeah.
it happens.
I-
it happened with Leon Edwards.
I could have sworn.
You know?
It's possible we go back a little bit. Can we rewind or
Hold
no?
on, let me see.
If we can, it's fine. Got to get the mouse.
Let me grab the mouse and see if we can. Where is that? So let me see if I can. Yeah,
I wouldn't want
I
to.
think we can.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so go back to right when it happened. Because I feel like.
that it?
Yeah, I always felt like I didn't really kick that low. I mean,
Okay.
it was close though. It was really
Okay,
close.
okay.
But I don't think I got him right in the nuts. It just felt like more like the upper groin area.
Okay,
you
okay.
know? But
So you didn't feel the cup or anything on your
No,
knee?
I felt like the belly. you
Okay,
know, it was
okay.
soft.
Okay,
You know,
gotcha,
It's
yeah,
a
yeah,
chubby guy. And
Yep. So what was your strategy with this guy?
So-
Like, you were obviously the longer fighter, right?
I heard
Taller
that-
fighter.
Yeah, I had heard that he was a Sanda fighter.
Okay.
Right. So
okay.
Sanda fighters, they focus a lot on just striking, right?
Okay.
They do some takedowns.
Gotcha.
Right. But they're not focused. They don't do jiu-jitsu. They don't focus on
Okay.
submissions.
Gotcha.
And I figured, if he's a striker, I don't know. I feel like maybe he might not even want to strike with me because of our height difference.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
he's a significantly shorter guy.
For sure.
So
yeah.
I figured like he probably would want to take me down. You know, and use his body weight, you know, against me.
Everyone's the same size on.
So
on
I
the
purposely let him push me against the cage.
Okay.
Especially in the first round here, right?
Yeah.
And I wanted to be close. I wanted to be up close with him. I didn't want to. Another reason is also because I don't want people saying I won this fight just because I'm taller.
Okay.
I hate that.
Okay.
I hate people saying that.
Yeah.
You know, even though it is clearly an advantage.
Sure.
But it's only an advantage, especially in striking, right?
Okay.
I think when it comes to grappling, height difference doesn't matter that much.
Yeah.
You know, I know a lot of grapplers in my gym that are much shorter than me. They could take me down. They could still submit me, you know?
Yeah.
And so I wanted people to see that I could beat this guy not by striking,
Okay.
but
Gotcha.
by out-grappling him. I wanted to out-grapple him, and I wanted to submit him.
Okay.
That was my plan.
Okay.
So I'm not going for a guillotine here.
Okay.
I'm actually trying to go downward on him. As
Okay.
you can see, I'm trying to pull him down.
Gotcha. Okay.
And-
Okay. There
Right.
you go.
See right there.
There you go.
This is a takedown attempt. Believe it
Okay.
or not.
Gotcha.
You know, because against shorter guys, I don't
Yeah.
like to do leg takedowns.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be harder to grab
It's
the
harder,
leg.
it's
Like
harder.
a Volkanovski kind of a guy. No one can grab his leg.
Right. Yeah. Imagine fighting someone like Volkanovski who's short and he's got good wrestling.
Yeah.
It's risky going for the legs.
Yeah.
So I'm going for the head the whole time, and he's this strong guy. He's a tough dude.
He trains with Jenny Huang, right? I
He
believe.
trains.
Yeah.
I
Jenny
believe.
Huang,
Yeah. His team Jenny.
Huang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was resilient. So, and I tried to go for a trip
Takedown,
here.
yeah.
Didn't work. So the whole first round is basically just me trying to take him down.
Okay.
I never wanted to do a guillotine, you know,
Gotcha.
even though it looked like it.
Gotcha.
right?
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I just wanted to push him against the cage or him pushing me against the cage. So here I actually do a
And you
single
went for
leg
the leg,
takedown.
single, yeah.
Yeah, because I realized the headlock takedown is not going to work.
Gotcha.
And I saw the leg opening. I just
Yeah.
went for it.
Uh-huh.
So I passed the guard here.
Yep.
Try to get into the crucifix
Yep.
position, and I did.
Yeah.
Start pounding him, and time's up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, I got this too late. You know,
Yeah.
and the round's over.
How did you feel live in the moment after the first round?
Oh, it was good. It's good.
Feeling
I
like,
knew I was
I
going to
got
win.
that round. Yeah, you're like, I got that one. Okay.
Yeah, not only I knew I not only did I get the round, but
Okay.
I knew I was going to win the fight.
Okay.
'Cause
Gotcha.
Right that moment, I was like, this guy can't really grapple that well. you
Gotcha.
know? Yeah.
Okay.
He's tough. He could take hits. You know, I
Looks
punched
quite
him.
strong as well.
Yeah, he's. You know, I'm sure he looks like one of those guys that deadlifts. You know.
Yeah. For sure. Yeah.
But when it came to grappling department, it just wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
You were
wasn't-
saying those guys, the Sanda guys, don't really grapple, right?
Well,
Not so much.
sometimes they do.
Okay,
Sometimes
okay.
they do, right? But this guy, see, I wasn't really sure at first,
Yeah.
so I was testing him in the first round.
Gotcha,
And then
gotcha.
by the end of the first round, I knew, like,
Okay.
this guy, I could out grapple him, I could submit him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But I wasn't entirely sure before the fight started.
Yeah, of course. It's hard to say, right?
Yeah.
There's Kemp. Kemp's fantastic, man.
Yeah.
He was so busy prepping that fight and prepping everything, and he was just like prepping the whole event, and I'm like, don't worry, I'll take care of the English stuff. It's all good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah.
So I think on the next time, I told Kemp that I'd like to talk to the production team, and all I really need from them is like an HDMI feed from them that'll have the audio without the Chinese,
Yeah.
and then I can plug that in. I'll bring all my gear, and I'll have like 4 mics and stuff set up, and I'll have it done. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to do it the first time, but I don't want to step on toes on the first time, right? I was just excited to do it, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'd love to do that, man. So keep going, man. Talk us through it.
Yeah. Okay. So, starting with some strikes here, right? Second round.
Definitely got that reach.
He managed to get a few shots in, right? He managed to punch me, got me on the cheek a few times,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, he could definitely strike, right? And so, but in my head right here in this moment, I'm thinking like, don't do this for too long, right? You never know. He might get like a lucky hook or
Some lucky,
you
yeah.
know, and
The puncher-
I will admit, I don't have the strongest chin, you know, like.
It's a puncher's chance, right?
Right. Yeah, puncher's chance. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I didn't want to risk it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I threw in some nice combos there. I don't know what happened to his glove there. I think it
Yeah.
kind of slipped out. So, leg kick, right? But in my head, I'm thinking like, I got to take him down again. You know, I'm just looking for an opening, right? Because again, I don't want to be the guy. I don't want people saying like, oh, Jason only won because he's so much taller. He's got that reach advantage. You know,
Yeah, for sure. No, I get that. Yeah. I mean, being a taller guy, you probably get that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, there you go. I tried to get his leg, but no, it slipped out.
And then back to what you like, yeah?
Yeah.
I just want
So
to
there you go. Headlock takedown. Try again.
Just want to check the audio while this is on.
How does it sound? You hear anything?
It sounds good, yeah. I just wanted to make sure that wasn't,
Okay.
you know, sometimes when you pull something like that up,
Yeah.
it just starts screeching and echoing, and it's just a mess, yeah. No, it's
I
good.
see.
We're
All
good,
right.
we're good, we're good. No,
Okay,
ours was good, yeah.
So I got him here in like a turtle position.
Yeah.
Right. Just
Yeah.
raining fist down from the side.
Yeah.
Putting my body weight on top of him, keeping him pinned there.
Yeah.
Right. So and I knew he was gassing out. Like
And you were grabbing his wrist as well, it looked like, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So it's an effective way to make sure he doesn't get up so easily.
Yeah.
So yeah. And now I let go of his wrist. Oh no, there you go. I'm trying to control him again. So, but yeah, he's not fighting back. You know, I'm surprised the ref didn't even stop the fight here. You know?
Yeah, there was
You know, I guess because he was still defending. So here you go, knee on belly.
Yeah.
Get into the crucifix again. Right. This is one of my favorite.
crucifix.
Moves. I like the crucifix,
Yeah.
but not as a submission. So
Okay.
I could just
as a
punch
ground and
him.
pound, yeah.
Just ground and pound, right, like this. Control his arm, boom, right. And very little he can do to defend himself. But again, time's out. Right?
Yeah.
I got it too late.
Yeah.
I wasted too much time just doing striking with him.
But it's also good for you to get some more time in there, right? I mean, do you want to go in and finish a guy in 10 seconds? I mean, it's
No.
good for the highlight, but then it's like,
no, I don't want it to end that.
yeah.
I mean, all that training just to have a 10-second fight.
Exactly,
you know?
right?
Yeah, it
Like-
takes the fun out of it. Right?
like what was the that Masvidal on Ben Askren? That was like 4 seconds or something.
the
That was
shortest
crazy.
fight in UFC history.
Crazy,
yeah.
crazy, yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want one of those. I mean, it would look cool, but
Yeah,
with
yeah.
all the training I put in, all the hard work, I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want the easy way out.
You want to get to use some of the things you were working on, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful, brother. I love it.
Get that Long Dong lager.
Get the long. Yeah, I forgot these are sitting here, man.
Before they get stale.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dude, you guys are awesome, man, with all these drinks, right?
Thanks, man.
It's overwhelming.
It's been a long road, right? A
Yeah.
long way to get to here. Yeah. Like I
Yeah, well,
said.
thank you, man. I appreciate
Ah,
it.
bro, come on. That's
Yeah.
awesome. I love it.
All right,
I
so
love
you
it.
can
So he's been cut open a little bit there, right?
I'm not sure if it's cut
Is it
open.
cut or
but-
is swollen?
No, I think it's just swollen.
Okay.
Yeah, really swollen.
Okay. Forgot his mouthpiece. Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, he looks deflated.
Yeah,
he looks
yeah.
deflated
It's
here.
tough. It's tough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's thinking like, I don't know if I want to keep going.
Understandable. Sure, for sure.
Yeah. Wild swings,
Yeah,
right? He just
yeah.
starts doing haymakers. So
Got that jab to keep him off, right?
Yeah, I just want to clinch him. I want to
Clinch
clinch
him
him.
there. Yeah.
This round, I knew like no more wasting time. Just take him down.
Uh-huh.
Right. Do your tall guy takedown techniques.
Yep,
right?
yep.
You know, but he's fighting back. He's still putting up a fight.
Was there any specific advice you had from like Mario or the coaches?
I don't remember actually.
Don't remember?
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
remember. Yeah. Probably he was probably telling me the same thing. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
just because Mario realized that he doesn't have good grappling. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Mario was probably just telling me like, yeah, take him down. Don't waste too much time. But as you can see here, I was still wasting some time, you know, just striking him, right? Not to stall or anything.
Gotcha, yeah.
Just you know, trying to look for an opening.
Yeah, for
Right.
sure.
Yeah. Oh, haymakers.
And
yeah.
he's just coming with
Yeah.
haymakers.
And
yeah.
I'm perfectly fine with him clinching me against the cage. That's where I like to be.
You're very happy,
I'm
comfortable
very,
there.
Very comfortable. And there
Okay.
you go.
I remember
Boom.
this. Yes, I remember
Right,
that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I found that opening
Yeah.
there, and then so right here, I so wanted to do an armbar.
Okay.
And Mario, right there, you can see Mario on the right side.
like, "Don't you armbar
Mario
him."
said, "Don't go for it." You know, he
Okay.
said, "Stay on top,
Okay.
just punch him."
Yeah.
Right.
That's so funny. Yeah.
He explained to me after the fight. He said, you know, if you're in a full mount position, it's always better to ground and pound than to do submissions. Reason is because if you go for an armbar and you miss,
And you're on
he could get
bottom.
on top.
Yeah,
he could get
yeah.
on top of you, and
That
you
makes
could be in
sense.
trouble. makes so much sense, right?
The one of the submissions I see a lot in the UFC when they get into that sort of sequence is like that head and arm choke, right? That's a pretty common one, I think, in the UFC. Yeah.
Yeah.
I see that one a lot. Yeah.
Or you mean like an arm triangle?
Something like exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably could have gone for that too.
Yeah.
But Mario was just saying like, no, just punch him. You punch him enough times, the ref will stop the fight. And the ref took forever to stop the fight.
Yeah. That was
I'm just
especially
punishing.
right there when you've got his leg.
His arm too, right? I pinned his one arm. There you go. Yeah. So finally he called the fight. Finish. So. But yeah, man, I was just punishing this guy on the ground, for a while, and I feel bad,
It's tough. It's got to be a tough feeling, right? To be like, I got to kill this guy, but then after you're like, oh shit, I hurt this guy.
And I wasn't punching full strength there. You know? I was just punching hard enough, so just so the ref could eventually stop the fight, because I don't want this guy to walk away with brain damage.
Well, that's it. Yeah.
I just want to win. I have no beef with this guy. Yeah.
Switch it back there. Yeah, beautiful, man. That's a great fight. Yeah, no, I think it was good. Like I said, for us, it was the first time to commentate, and we were trying to get them to do the English, and yeah, I love it. So the 27th of August, I believe, there's another one.
Yeah.
Next up, are you going to fight, or what's the
most
plan?
likely? Yeah. Most likely.
Okay.
If I don't get hurt or anything.
Do you? What's your goal? What's your plan with MMA? Like, you want to? You have a plan?
My dream is, I just want to even just at least once fight professionally.
Okay.
Yeah. I realize I'm 35. I'm not going to be like a champ or anything.
Understand.
I mean, not saying like I don't feel
anything's possible.
Yeah, anything's possible, right? Not
sure.
saying I don't feel confident or anything, but I did get into this game late. Right.
Gotcha,
I got into MMA at 30.
Okay.
Not even MMA. I got into jiu-jitsu at 30.
Gotcha.
And I really got into MMA at like 2019, so I was like 32.
Gotcha.
So, I'm not exactly a veteran of the game. I've been doing this for five half years now, and so when it comes to my goal is just do this for as long as I can.
Okay.
It's my passion.
Yeah.
Beautiful. It's a passion that I discovered a little too late, I think. I wish I had started doing it as like a teenager or in college.
I mean, I'm older than you. I was telling Michael, I remember UFC 1. I think I was in maybe late middle school or like early high school.
1993.
Yeah. There you go. So that would be, that was about grade 10-ish.
30 years ago.
Yeah, long time. So we were just like, where can we go and learn BJJ? And it's like we're almost in Alaska. We're in Kitimat, which is
northern BC.
Northwest BC, way up there.
Wow.
And there's just like, there's no BJJ.
There's nothing there.
So you just kind of like, you give up on that or whatever. And then, you come out here and then, you do your thing. I did take some Jeet Kune Do here for a little while when I first came here. Yeah. Which was cool, but it was a little bit, I don't know. It was good, but it wasn't really what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then, when I was like 40, I was like, okay, I'm going to go try some BJJ just because I want to try it. And it was good. I like it. So, yeah.
Sometimes it's, it's all about the environment you're in. It could shape you. It could absolutely shape you. Like
100%.
I would have never discovered my passion for MMA if I hadn't walked into the UFC gym. That one fateful afternoon,
crazy, man.
In 2017.
Beautiful. I love it.
I was just an out of shape guy.
Cheers, brother.
Who's turning 30.
Yeah, and
I had no idea.
I got to do something.
Yeah, I had no idea this is what I wanted to do. I was just a teacher.
It's beautiful, man. I love that.
Yeah, and life throws you a curveball sometimes, and
for sure,
whether good or bad.
Yeah.
In this case, I think it's good. It's a
Very
good thing, right?
Very
but
good.
man, like, you just never know where you might end up, years from now, right?
True.
True. And martial arts is something that could take you places.
Definitely.
It opens doors, right? I would.
And I think it's still pretty early on in this area, this part of Asia, right?
Yeah, very much so in Taiwan.
Yeah,
it's I mean, there's traditional martial arts here, right? That's long history, like karate, taekwondo.
Yeah, taekwondo is big here.
Judo is probably it's got a decent size amount of people training.
Sure.
But when it comes to MMA, it's still relatively new, right? And I remember the first MMA event that I went to in Taiwan was in like 2009.
Was it those Luxy fights or no?
It wasn't. It might have been. It might have been held by the same group of guys.
Okay.
But this was in Shinju.
Okay.
You know,
Oh wow.
Where I was born, and and out of nowhere, just like they're hosting cage fights. And in Shinju, like a small city.
That's random.
Right?
Yeah, it's so random. Yeah.
So I remember going there, and there's like 300 people in the crowd. Like,
okay.
They're not making money, right?
Yeah.
They're losing money on that event.
Yeah.
But it was really cool to see that there were people trying to do that, and I was just there to watch. I had no idea. Like, I didn't know much about it, and I had no idea that I would get into it years down the road.
Yeah.
At that point, but it was really cool to see that way back in 2009 there were already people doing stuff like this.
I think it's cool. I think one of the things is for like the average person, like they don't really know what it is, and then when they hear like the term cage fighting, it's kind of like it's a tough one. So I mean, yeah, it's good. I think it'll take a while, but. Like I had a guy here earlier. He's like, "Oh, you like the cage fighting. It's like human cockfighting." It's like, oh my gosh, it's very different. It's not, it's kind of like a chess thing. You have your striking and your grab. I mean, I don't have to explain it to you, but I explain it to a lot of people all the time. And sometimes people get into it, like, "Oh, this is cool," and some people are just like, "No, I don't want to watch people fighting."
Yeah. I know a lot of people like that.
Yeah. So it's hopefully it's going to get there. I think Taiwan things like WOTD are great. For stuff like that. Yeah. And there's a few other organizations kind of trying to do it, right?
Yeah.
I hope everyone can kind of work together. I know that's a tough part in Taiwan, right?
Working together.
Yeah. Dude, I coach soccer here. I coach soccer here.
Yeah.
For so long, and like all the other teams, it's like everyone's trying to steal your students, and it's just.
Yes, there's kind of
Jim's shit talking this person and that, and it's like
it does happen.
If you could if the whole sport grew, that's great.
It does happen.
That's kind of what I try to do with the podcast, because I mean I'll get people from everywhere if it's if I think it's a good fighter or if it's a good story, let's do it. And so sometimes you hear behind the scenes about this guy and that guy called the cops on this guy and it's just like, what?
There's certainly animosity.
That's
man.
tough.
There's
that's
animosity.
Tough. Yeah.
Like you see it play out.
Yeah.
And in the martial arts MMA community too.
I mean, if you look at professional basketball here, right? Like there's the P League and then the T1 League, and then the P League, the T1 League got Dwight Howard, so everyone's like, oh my gosh, Dwight Howard. So P League or T1 League is like, yes, and then the P League gets Jeremy Lin, and then they're like, oh, okay, we got Jeremy
they're
Lin.
not even the same league.
And then I'm like, oh, so one day we get to see Dwight Howard versus Jeremy Lin, and then they're like, oh no, that's not the same league.
They're not even the same league.
Like, what? Why is there more than one league?
Yeah, in a small country like Taiwan.
Apparently there's 3 leagues or something, or maybe more. I don't even know how many leagues there are, but it's like
that's ridiculous.
That's sad, because it's like, man, you finish the new arena, the big Taipei arena, you get an all-star game with the 2 leagues, do something, right? But they won't do it because fear of losing.
Yeah.
Being I lost, so I'm the lesser league. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's ego. It's ego,
like,
man.
Come on, man.
There's a lot of ego.
Yeah, it's
athletes, gyms, coaches have a lot of ego.
That's a bummer.
Whether it's basketball or MMA.
Yeah, for sure. Soccer too, man.
And it's all about like how you put aside that, right?
Yeah. I remember going out, and I had my kids' team, and I went out to this tournament, and it started to rain, and then so the other team kind of like hid in the undercover area, and we were just warming up and training in the rain, didn't matter. And within like 10 minutes, it was like 8-0 for us or something, right? So I took all my main guys off, and I let like the guys who play less, I'm like, you guys are playing the whole game. And then at the end, it was like 11-0 or something. And I try not to let it get that high, so I put I was taking players off. Like I don't want to, make anyone never want to play soccer again, right? So I'm trying to even things out. And at the end,
you didn't want to embarrass the other team.
No, I don't want to do that, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end, their coach comes over and gets in my face, starts screaming at me because he lost face, right? And he's just like, oh, you don't even know how to coach. But I'm like, all right, man, relax. Okay. Wow. He's like, no. He's just like screaming at me. He's like, you foreigners, come here and blah, blah.
Not surprising
right?
at all.
And I'm like, okay.
I'm not surprised at all.
And I mean, everyone has a limit, but I'm like, okay, cool. And all the parents of my team were just like, hey, dude, relax. And it's just a game, I'm like, exactly, man.
I have seen this play out.
Dude's
the
like
MMA
screaming
community.
at me, right? And then he's like, oh, you don't know this, and you don't know that, and you don't know that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who doesn't know? We just won 11-0 if you really want to talk about it.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because I mean, after like getting yelled at for 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, we need to walk away. Everything's cool. Then I'm like walking over to my scooter, and he's like following me. I'm like, dude, really? You want to fight me?
Yeah.
In front of the kids? Like, what's wrong with you, dude? Are you crazy? And it was just like an older little Taiwanese guy.
He lost
like,
face.
What are you doing, bro? Like, come on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's sad how that is. Yeah. And
Some
then-
people just can't take a loss.
Yeah,
very
I mean,
well.
I've lost so many.
Yeah.
It's life, right?
Yeah.
This is what it is.
You
right?
learn from it. You're supposed to learn from it.
You're
don't-
supposed to.
You don't lose your shit, you know?
Yeah. It's
But
crazy,
I've
bro.
seen this exact scenario play out a lot in
crazy,
MMA
right?
community. I won't name names, but
No,
you
no,
know,
for sure. I know.
well-known people.
Yeah.
Well-known people, man.
I know.
You know?
I
Just,
know.
Like, not... Like, they just can't come together and work together.
It's sad because that hinders the sport overall, right?
It hinders
That's
sport.
the whole point of my story. Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
we have so many. Yeah, we have so
Yeah.
many gyms in Taipei around Taiwan, and
Yeah.
you know, sure, of course, when we step in the cage, you're opponents.
Yeah,
right?
of course,
But outside the cage, we can come together and try to grow the sport.
Build the whole thing
you know?
up. Yeah. Yeah.
Right there, you know, man. There's some really good fighters.
Yeah.
Maybe some that I potentially might fight in the future.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
maybe like Baby Monster. you
Okay.
know?
Yeah.
You
Love
know?
Baby Monster. Yeah. Had him on the
Yuji's
podcast
son, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He was here not so long ago, right? You
Last
know?
month, I think. Yeah.
Man,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
he's a great guy.
Yeah,
great
yeah,
guy.
for sure.
I've met him plenty of times. He just won his fight against Chris Arnold.
Yeah,
right?
that was that was fight of the night. That was a great
Crazy fight.
Both wobbled each other. It was
Crazy fight, you know. And
Yeah.
I know both guys. Both are wonderful guys.
Yeah,
You know, and I wouldn't be surprised if I have to like ever fight one of them. You know,
Yeah.
and I would honestly I would hate to because
Yeah.
I know them.
It's your friend,
And
right?
they're you know, we're not really good friends, but
Yeah.
still like.
And you know them, and you know
I
they're
know
good
them,
guys
right?
and stuff. Yeah.
But when it comes to it, like I'm a competitive guy.
You got to
know?
do it. Yeah.
If you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. Let's do it, right? Let's
Yeah,
have a
yeah,
good
yeah.
fight,
Yeah.
right? Respectfully.
100%. 100%.
But outside the cage, we're not enemies.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not gonna, you know, I don't want to trash talk people. I'm not gonna pull a Conor McGregor, right? You know,
He was really great, and he got to a point where it's like
a little too much, right?
a little
you know?
cringy. It's like
Yeah.
And then he came. I still like him, but like he was like basically God for a while. You know, he's Conor, but yeah.
Like I get sometimes that in MMA,
Yeah.
like
you have to do it, right? You have to do it
animosity,
sometimes,
like real life animosity, sells tickets.
Sells tickets.
It
sure.
sells tickets.
When you
know?
look at the UFC, you know, their pre-fight press conferences, and then you look at like a ONE FC where everybody's like, you know, like very polite and very
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever even seen a full ONE FC one because everyone's like, no, he's really good. No, you're really good. No, you're really. No, you're really good. No, you're really good.
Everyone's so humble.
Yeah,
right?
and everyone's
Yeah.
so nice, and I'm not saying it's bad, but
Yeah, but yeah, it
then
doesn't
UFC
really
is-
sell
is
tickets.
the opposite. Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah.
really sell tickets.
yeah.
But yeah, it's just you know that's just how it is. It's a double-edged sword. You know,
100%.
You know, either you, like you said, right? You could play polite, you could be nice, right?
Yeah.
But if you want to sell tickets, yeah, sometimes you got to have a little bit of that, a
100%.
little beef going on, right?
It's
Yeah.
the difference between, you know, like, oh, you're good, no, you're good, no, you're good. And then, like, who the fuck is that guy? You know,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
the whole crowd goes, yeah.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So it's a
yeah.
big difference, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I would say, you know, if you're fighting amateur, there's
Yeah.
really no need for that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But when it comes to professional and you're
part of the
making
game.
money,
Colby
you know,
Covington.
like sure, well, you know, you could do a little bit of that.
Colby Covington,
you know,
yeah.
yeah. Why not? You know, and Colby Covington just did that on Sunday, right? Yeah,
He did. He did.
Right, he was calling out
was
Leon
like-
Edwards, right? Yeah,
Yeah, it was,
Yeah,
you got to do it. You got,
Yeah.
and he's got the next shot
yeah.
because
Because you build up.
'Cause you did that. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, sometimes all you gotta do, you know, look at the Paul brothers, right?
oh yeah,
You know,
I mean,
like,
freaking fought Anderson Silva.
yeah, you know,
Jake Paul.
if you can get enough like hate, you know,
You hate or
from-
love, whatever you want. Yeah.
Yeah, like you
Both.
get enough because you know they're villains, you know.
Yeah.
They're the classic villains.
People want
right?
to see them win or they want to see them get destroyed.
Right.
Either way, they watch.
Yeah, and it's
crazy.
smart. It's
It's
smart.
very smart,
As
very
much,
smart.
I mean, I don't like
Floyd
them.
Mayweather. Same.
Yeah. I like as much as I don't like the Paul brothers.
Yeah,
but what they do is brilliant.
For
you know,
sure.
From a marketing
For
standpoint.
sure.
right,
They're making
you know?
bank, man.
Yeah,
Bank.
They get people like riled up. Like, oh, I want to see him get his ass kicked, right?
Yeah, I hate that guy. Oh, I hope the other
Yeah.
guy kills him. I'm going to watch.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then
100%.
you know, you hate the guy, but you're now paying money to watch him, right?
That's it. That's exactly it.
You know?
That's the name of the game.
That's the name of the game, you know,
That's it,
and
brother.
it's brilliant.
I
It's
know.
brilliant.
I know it
and,
is.
And you know, maybe that's excuse me.
Yeah, do your thing, bro.
Maybe that's what's needed
It
to
might
get
be.
to get
It might
more
be.
attention on the MMA community in Taiwan.
It's possible because
WOTD.
here everybody's very nice.
People are too nice.
Yeah, too nice. Yeah, yeah.
You know,
But Taiwanese people are pretty nice usually.
Yes.
Pretty nice. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and you know, look at all the best fighters in Taiwan. Most of them are they're humble. You know, they're humble guys. Yeah. Most martial artists, serious martial artists,
that's what it is.
They're humble, man.
For sure,
you know?
for sure.
So it's hard to, you know,
when somebody doesn't, then they stick out a little bit, like Blast, right?
Yeah.
Like Katsuaki, he goes to the, he climbs the cage and he's like, yeah,
dude.
And then everyone's like, yeah,
Dude,
they love it.
He killed his opponent
Yeah.
on Saturday. He fought
did
also.
he? He fought again, right?
He was
Yeah.
the main event on
Oh,
Saturday.
he was?
Yeah.
Shoot, I didn't know
He was
that.
the main
Okay,
event,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
And we were
okay.
there. We were there live watching, right?
Yeah.
Dude, the fight was like 30 seconds.
Oh, really?
You know? Yeah. He just pushed his opponent to the corner.
Yeah.
Just murdered him.
Really?
Just murdered. Yeah.
And he just dropped or towel or I'm gonna have to. I'll rewatch that.
I think. Oh no, he
knock him out or
he didn't knock him out, but he knocked him down.
okay.
And then if it happens twice in one round,
Oh, cage striking rules. Yeah.
the fight is over. Yeah,
That's right, cage striking
There's no
rules.
cage, but it was
Yeah.
just a ring, right? But
Okay,
the
yeah,
same rules apply.
Same rules. Okay.
Yeah, like professional kickboxing rules. If you get
Gotcha.
knocked down twice, you're
Done.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're done. Yeah. So.
Speaking of done, we're almost done, brother. You want to hit this or what?
Yeah. Here, I'll take the top one. This time.
Okay, do what you got to do, brother. So this is mine. This is usually my last wing. Yeah. This one is made with Carolina Reaper.
Oh, okay. I've
So
heard of this.
This is it. Yeah, so go for it, bro. Let's go for it.
When you put the word Reaper in there, it makes it sound scary.
Yeah, man. When I make this sauce fresh, the whole kitchen is like, whoa. They're dying. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But again, when it sits, it kind of goes up and down, right?
Yeah.
So the first bite doesn't seem so bad. Boom. So I didn't know you were born here, bro. That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. And you get back to Canada a lot, or do you go back much?
Not much these days.
Not much? No.
You know, I grew up in Lethbridge, Alberta.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Okay.
And
okay.
it's not exactly the kind of place you want to stay for long. You know, I
Is
think
it a small town, or I've never been there.
Yeah, it's technically a city.
It's close to
small city.
I've heard of it. I think my nephew is there, man.
Yeah.
Because I know they were in Medicine. It's close to Medicine Hat in Calgary and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like 2 hours south of Calgary.
Okay.
You know, it's oh man, it's drug infested. You know?
Really?
Yeah, it's one of the most dangerous cities in Canada.
Sad, man.
I mean, it's nothing compared to like the Brazilian favela.
Yeah,
or anything.
of course. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
For Canada, yeah.
Yeah, but for Canada, like you're seeing like crackheads on the street. You know,
yeah. That's tough, man.
you know, you go to nightclubs, you see dirty needles on the floor. Right?
Really?
Yeah, man.
I've never even seen that in my life, man.
Oh,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Yeah, Lethbridge is crazy, man. We got like
crazy.
we got a like opioid epidemic. you
Really?
know? Yeah, just all sorts of
Recent?
crazy
Is
shit.
it recent thing or like?
It's been like that for a long time.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know exactly how long. It seemed to be. It seemed to have been better when I was young, when I was a child.
Okay, yeah. When you're a kid, it's either it
But
didn't
maybe I
exist
just
or you
wasn't.
didn't know, right?
Maybe I just wasn't exposed to it. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But then like, you know, during my college years, I went out a lot. You know,
for sure.
partying, right?
Of course.
And you know, you see used needles in the bathroom stall, and
That's crazy.
you know, you see crackheads walking the street late at night, right, asking you for change, right?
Really?
You know, yeah. And it's sad, you know.
That is sad, yeah.
And
yeah.
I think years ago they built a rehab center.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't there when this happened. I think it was like 2014, 2015. They built a
Okay.
rehab center.
Gotcha.
And you know, the problem still hasn't been solved. You know, it's just they haven't really fixed it. You know, from what I've heard. Yeah.
Okay.
So I do miss it sometimes, but yeah, I don't go back a whole lot.
Gotcha.
My dad passed away in 2010.
Oh shoot! I didn't know that. Sorry. to
yeah,
hear
yeah.
that,
No,
man.
it's all right. He passed away, and then I just decided like,
Stay here.
I'm not going to stick around much, right? And my mom, you know, she's always been here.
Okay.
Because
okay.
they divorced when I was young.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay,
So, you know, eventually, you know, because my whole life I was always just plagued with that one question, like, you know, where do I want to settle eventually? You know, because I'm not
Understand.
gonna do this whole flying around thing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm here with my mom. I'm there with my dad. You know,
That's tough. That's
yeah,
tough.
yeah. You know, because they weren't together, right?
Yeah,
So,
understandable.
so I always
yeah.
knew like I had to
Kinda
settle
choose
somewhere.
one, right?
So when my dad passed, it became clear.
That's
you
the
know?
choice,
It's
yeah.
like, well, if you know, I still have family there.
Okay.
I still got relatives and
Okay.
whatnot, but I still got friends. But
Yeah.
it just became clear. Like, no, I'm just gonna stay in Taiwan, but you know, move to Taipei where it's not so boring.
To be honest, man,
Yeah.
like I've been here for like 20 years.
Oh.
And it's like it's the best, man.
Mm-hmm.
Taipei is like, so come from Canada, families from Mexico. It's kind of like the best mix of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's super safe. That's probably safer than Canada, right? What do you think?
I
mean,
think it
Canada's
is.
safe, but
I mean, you're asking the guy from Lethbridge. So.
well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, my hometown, yeah, it's good, it's safe and stuff too. But it's really
safe
Coke,
here.
Coke and stuff. Like, but here, like one of my buddies is apparently does a lot of Coke or whatever. But that's another story. But apparently, yeah, like here, you can like go to sleep on a park bench covered in gold. No one's gonna take anything.
Covered in gold.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like you could leave your laptop at Starbucks for
It's true.
fucking 6 hours.
It's true. Yeah.
You
no
know what
one's
I
gonna
mean?
take
You
your
forgot
shit.
it. It's gone. You know. I mean, sorry, it's going to be there, but I mean, and of course Mexico. There's a lot of danger and stuff there.
Yeah.
But Mexico has like the very happy culture and the foodie culture, and the night market culture, and like the go out drinking and having a good time. So I think that Taiwan is good, but Taipei especially is, for me, it's like, it's not so big like a Vancouver.
Yeah.
Vancouver's massive, and it's still Canada, so it's really spread out. I don't even have a car. I've been here for 20 years. I don't have a car. I don't need a car.
Yeah.
In Taipei, don't need. I think that Taipei is it's like this hidden gem of Asia, and people are starting to know a little bit about it, but the problem is always, the whole China thing. And so people are kind of like, I'd like to go, but we don't know what China or whatever. But, excuse me, it's a great place. So it's a good choice for you.
I totally agree. Yeah. That's why
Yeah.
I've been here for 9 years.
Yeah.
I don't see myself leaving anytime soon.
Yeah. Yeah. And you get all the stuff you get from a city, but it doesn't feel like a massive city, right?
No, yeah, it doesn't. It just feels right. Like,
Yeah, it does.
And so convenient. So convenient. Yeah.
Almost too convenient. When you go anywhere else, you're just like, what? You can't pay your phone bill at 7-Eleven?
Yeah, right.
What? It's like,
When you go
what?
back to Canada,
Yeah, you're
right?
like, what?
Yeah.
The last time I went, which was 5 years ago, hopefully we go this summer,
Yeah.
I had my phone and I needed an email or something or check something. And of course I don't have, like unlimited, 吃到饱 or something there. So I'm
Right.
like, can someone,
expensive.
yeah,
It's
someone turn on your
expensive.
hotspot. And then everyone's like, no, I'm out of minutes. And I'm like, what? You're
Out of data.
minutes?
Out of data.
Out of
Out of
data.
data,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, you're out of data.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Yeah, no, I've only got a little bit of time left.
Yeah.
And I'm
No,
like,
they would
what
say
is this,
like they would say like
Taiwan in 2003. What is this? And it was crazy.
Yeah.
I forgot
Yeah.
completely. My stuff has been like Ball for freaking 10 years at least.
Right. Right.
That's crazy.
When I went back in
Yeah.
2018, 2019,
Yeah.
I think it was, I went
Yeah.
back before COVID. I was so shocked. Like, man, people are paying like $80 a month, 80 Canadian.
And it's
And
limited.
they get like 10 gigabytes. 10 gigabytes
Crazy.
a month.
That's crazy.
Dude, that's how much I used in like 3 days.
Yeah, exactly. I don't even turn off my 4G, 5G. I don't even just leave it on pretty much. Yeah, I don't have to turn it off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all
It's
the time
crazy.
outside, I'm using data. Yeah,
it's crazy.
It's crazy how much they charge you up the ass in
It's
Canada.
crazy,
Yeah.
man. It's crazy. Yeah.
Insane. Are we supposed to wrap up soon or something?
Yeah, well, let's wrap it up, brother. So,
Yeah.
do you have anything that you want to touch on that we missed? What do you think?
We went through my fight, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was
talk
great.
about
Yeah.
talk about some marketing stuff. That was really interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
You're doing some teaching, right? Are you doing anything?
Oh yeah, I've been a teacher for a long
Yeah.
time, man.
See, bam! I got a picture of you teaching right there. That's how I knew. I was like, yeah.
Yes, that is a picture of me and my student. That is Mario's girlfriend. Or
Is it
fiance.
really?
That's Mario's
Oh,
fiance.
that's why she looks so familiar. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Carol, yeah.
Okay,
Mario's,
okay.
Mario's fiance. She came to me. She was interested in learning Mandarin, right, Chinese.
Which is, yeah. Okay.
And I got the book, and then I was teaching her for a while. But,
Yeah.
but she's she's not very consistent with her learning.
It's a hard language.
It's a hard language.
It's a hard language.
She tells me all the time. She's always like, "Oh my God, why is Chinese so hard?" You know.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm trying my best to make it easy for you. You know.
It's a tough language. I mean, also, so you learned it speaking it with your family.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
your mom.
Yeah, I've grown up here.
Or
right?
you grew up here, and so
Yeah.
you went to school and did all that stuff here.
Yes.
So you went to like local schools and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah? Okay. Gotcha.
So I also did that. I did that here, and I also did that in Alberta.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Just always going to like local public schools.
Okay. Cool.
But actually, that picture is not a very clear reflection of my actual.
I mean,
job.
that's the only one I could find, bro.
Yeah. I don't put a lot of pictures.
I know
of my
you
work.
don't. I couldn't find
But
anything.
and
then your Instagram's private, so I couldn't rip any pictures off your Instagram. Yeah,
sorry about that. Sorry
That's
about
cool.
that.
That's cool.
Yeah, just got to follow me. I'll accept it, right? Then you can
for
see
sure,
all of it.
for sure.
But I usually teach big classes,
Gotcha.
group of students. But my main job is teaching English. Actually.
No, that's good. Okay.
That's what really pays
That's
the bills.
good money, of course. That's
Yeah,
great
that's
money.
what really
That's-
pays the bills.
That paid for me to start my business, and then when I started, when I opened my business, my salary went to like zero. And then when you're teaching English, and then you go to like zero for like a long time,
It's
pretty
scary.
rough.
It's scary, right?
It's rough. It's
starting
rough,
your
bro.
own business, isn't it?
It's very tough, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were born and raised here, because I was like, oh, he teaches Chinese. That's awesome.
Yeah. No.
Really cool, yeah.
No. I learned Mandarin growing up here.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful. Okay. Well, I got a couple pictures. Let's go through real quick here. Oh, I am.
That's
UFC
my team.
gym.
Yeah,
That's
my
the
team right there. There's Michael in the middle.
Michael
right?
in the middle. Yeah.
You know, Michael trained with us for a long time, and then he got
that's
hurt
Eddy too, right? Yeah, he's talking about his injury, right?
Yeah, he got hurt last year. Just
Okay.
a freak accident during
Okay.
sparring.
Ah,
There's
what a
Eddy,
bummer.
right, and Mario on the
Mario.
right.
Yeah.
There's King, who also won at WOTD.
Yep.
This past WOTD.
Yeah.
There's our good friend Silence in the middle there, right
Gotcha.
next to Michael.
Okay.
Right? He's a dad. He doesn't fight. He doesn't compete, right?
Okay,
But
gotcha.
he trains a lot.
Trains though.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Get a couple more pictures in there.
Yeah, that's
Call it.
Bruno.
Bruno,
That's-
yeah.
this
I
is
had
a-
Bruno on the podcast a long time ago.
Yeah.
Bruno's great, man. Love
This
Bruno.
is an old photo.
Well, as I said, you couldn't find anything new, man.
Yeah. No, it's okay. But this
Okay,
is this is. I used to train with Bruno more back in the day, but
Okay.
I have schedule conflict with his classes, so I never
gotcha.
really get to train much with him.
Bruno's
But
great.
yeah, and these are some of the girls, man, his fans, right? A
Yeah.
lot of girls like his classes.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. And kids, he teaches kids.
He's really good. My daughter did some classes with him. He's really good with kids.
Oh, he's
yeah.
a natural
He's
at
really
teaching
good.
kids.
Super good guy.
Yeah.
Boom. That's your buddy you were talking about, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's Ben Heldreth.
Ben.
Ben,
Yeah.
Right, and
The reason I remember him is because after he had a kid, he was like, he always wants to do the Santa. We have Santa every year, so he's always like, he's booking Santa like super, like October. He's booking the Santa night.
dude,
so it's hilarious.
he's obsessed with like
Yeah,
festivals.
it's
and
crazy.
Stuff, right? That's his daughter Harper.
Yeah, she's cute.
She
Super
was
cute.
her 2-year-old birthday.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah.
cool. Last one.
Oh,
I am. And
that's
then
Matt
we've got
Bateman, right?
Matt,
on the-
yeah,
Matt
of course.
Bateman.
Yeah.
This is an old picture
That's
too.
Matt looks hilarious. He looks so
That's
much
Wilson,
different. Yeah.
Soldier on the left, right?
He's a beast too, man.
You know Soldier,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
He
for
was
sure.
in that tag team
He
tournament.
was. That's how I knew him. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Matt was saying Soldier's a monster. Yeah.
You know that tournament? Raphael wanted to pair up Soldier with me for the
Okay.
tag team
Really?
tournament.
Okay.
And I was flattered that he wanted me to do it at first.
Yeah.
I forgot. It was whether it was me and Soldier or no, it was me and Sebastian. I don't know if you know Sebastian.
Maybe by face.
He's a purple belt at our gym.
Okay.
Very good grappler.
Okay.
Judo black belt as well.
Gotcha.
Fantastic grappler. Raphael wanted to team up Sebastian and I for the
Okay.
tag team tournament
Gotcha.
in Dynasty.
Gotcha.
But then Soldier healed from his injury. He was
Okay.
initially injured, and so
Okay.
that's why Raphael didn't choose him. But then he healed, and then Raphael went with him, and I thought, that's probably a better choice because Soldier is a fantastic grappler.
Matt even talks about how amazing that guy is.
He's so fast, He's young fella and very fast. Yeah.
Beautiful, brother. That's
Yeah.
awesome, man. Well, bro, I thank you for coming out. I appreciate it.
Thank you for your hospitality.
My pleasure,
man.
brother.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Thanks for watching the show. I appreciate that.
Dude, I'm a big fan.
Drop us a comment if you ever watching it,
man,
man.
I want to make let's try to make you the Joe Rogan of
Let's
Taiwan.
do it. Hey, man,
right?
that'd be great.
Yeah.
If you guys are watching, I know I meet a lot of people that come and they say they watch it, but if you drop a like and a comment, that really helps.
Subscribe.
If you
right?
subscribe, that actually helps YouTube to show it to more people.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yes. Yeah. And I want to share more episodes of yours
Sounds good,
on my
brother.
social media.
Brother, I appreciate it so much.
Man.
Yeah, thank
Thanks
you so
a lot,
much
man.
for coming.
Awesome restaurant.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have one of the wings? What was the hottest for you?
It was the third one.
The third one, right? Yeah.
That
Triple X,
third one was, what is it called?
It was like the last dab from you know how they take that last one and they put a dab on it.
Right.
Yes. Anyways, super hot.
It's the same one they also have on the Hot Ones.
Yeah,
the
that
YouTube
one. That show.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
That's cool. You get to try the same wings that they try on that show.
Yeah.
Right?
Some of ours, some of theirs. Mix it up. Why
Yeah.
not? Yeah, do something cool.
Awesome.
Right on, brother. Thank you guys for watching the show. We will see you guys next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
See ya.